Hey guys, I'm the Coaster Key, and man are these weeks just flying by. And that pun was unintentional, for the record. It is incredible how fast we're getting through this first semester of my college. It seems like at first it kind of went a little bit slowly, but now it just goes super fast, especially Wednesdays through Sundays, just like lightning fast. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays are all pretty slow, but the second you get to that after practice on Wednesday night, everything just completely flies. This week, a fair amount of things happened, so I'm just going to go ahead and focus on the more, interesting / important ones. So, on Wednesday, we finally got Markiplier's video revealing the true meaning of everything with the heist with Markiplier. It was a 4-hour plus stream, maybe 5 hours, I can't quite remember right now, and I essentially watched through all of that to just hear that all of my theories were wrong, everything was wrong, the only mystery that was hidden in there was the very obvious mystery that was hidden in there, that we did solve within the day, even though he said it would take a week, and that there was nothing else to be found. So, a little bit of a letdown there, but it was still just really cool to hear all of the effort that went into it, to kind of put myself in that mindset of like, wow, people, like real people, film school people actually went out and made this really cool film style production. Like, that is just such a cool thing, and to hear all of the behind the scenes little tips and stuff, it's always fun to have that little bit of humanity brought into something that's so traditionally, like, almost sterile, something that you just never really get behind. So that was just a really cool stream to watch. And during that stream, I went ahead and became a member of Mark's channel, something that I bring up only because there is a Discord for that, and so I joined that, and the people on that Discord are literally just the nicest people you've ever seen. Like, people will go in there with all kinds of, like, worries or whatever, and then everyone in that community will just, like, lift them up. It is just the most heartwarming place that I've ever been, and I am so thankful that I'm a member of his channel just to be part of that super uplifting and heartwarming server. It's just an incredible thing. Anyways, moving on from that, on Thursday I went ahead and walked into campus, and as I was walking, I saw these big red and blue statues, and in the distance I was like, what is that? That looks so weird. And then as I get closer, I see more and more red stuff, and the word Nintendo I can almost make out, and I'm like, wait, why is Nintendo here? And as I go, I find that there's this Nintendo event that's just going on right here in my school, and it's like, okay. And so I end up going to my Latin class, finish that, and then I have a 2-hour break right after my Latin class. And so I walk up to the event, I see that essentially what it is a bunch of the games set up, and then you go and you have to do this complicated kind of sign-in thing. So you get a QR code that they'll then scan at each of the booths, and if you get it scanned at each of the booths, you go ahead and you get a prize. And so I'm sitting outside, and I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do the sign-in or not. And I decide, like, okay, I'm just gonna walk in without doing it and just, like, look around a little bit, not play any of the games, but just look around. And I get to one of the games, and the staff there are very friendly. They're like, oh, do you want to play? And I'm like, oh, I don't have the scan. And they go ahead and they help me, and they make sure I get it all set up. And so they allowed me to go ahead and get into the event formally, and I did end up going around to all of the games, playing all of them with complete strangers, which is always fun. One of the games we played was Just Dance, where we first played like this regular old pop song because the person insisted on it, essentially. But then all 4 of us decided to play the one song that she had demanded that we didn't play, which was Baby Shark, which was just the most hilarious thing, because it's these 4 college students just doing the Baby Shark dance in the middle of the field. It was a thing of true beauty. Anyone that watched that day was just enlightened by the beauty of our performance. It was a great time, and I'm really glad that I decided to go in and take a risk and do that, because it really was a good time. And I got this little red fanny pack type thing out of it, so it's a win-win, I suppose. Oh, and I was not even late to my next class, for all of you that are wondering that. On Friday, I actually had a team bonding event, which was super cool. We did tie-dyeing for our towels, which was the first time I ever did tie-dye. Mine came out okay, but not the best, which, I mean, what do you expect for your first tie-dye? But it was just a lot of fun. We made one of the girls on my team, like, this kind of weird Tinder account, and it was an interesting time for sure, and it was pretty fun. And then the reason we had that team bonding event on Friday was because on Saturday we actually had our very first water polo tournament as a team. And that went really well too. It was just a really good week, I suppose. After I watched the Markiplier stream, everything just kind of was just so much better. And I think there was just a lot of really cool things going on too. And so we went ahead, we went to the tournament, we won our first and our most important game, and then the second game we essentially scrimmaged ourselves, which was fun and interesting in a different way. It's kind of a weird feeling, like fighting against your teammates, but you get used to it in sports where you have to practice by doing that like all of the time. And then when I kind of got home on Saturday, and then for the entirety of today, it's pretty much just been a combination of working on this essay that I have to get a rough draft in by this Wednesday, and just watching YouTubes and relaxing, and I spent some time with some friends over voice calls, and I spent some time in the Discord. It's just been a very relaxing day where I kind of lost track of time, as you do. But all in all, pretty good week, pretty crazy week, less crazy than usual though, and I am getting those essays done. I'd say takeaways for this week, if there really are any, is just to keep going. I mean, Monday and Tuesday for me were pretty rough. I was again finding myself in that spot of being overwhelmed by all of the work that I had ahead of me, but after the live stream and after like the Nintendo thing, I just felt so much better. So if you keep going, maybe Nintendo will show up at your school. Maybe something good and completely random will happen to you. You'll never know if you don't keep going. So, yeah. Anyways, I've been the Coaster Keat, and I hope you guys have an amazing week. And I hope that you guys, as always, soar high and enjoy your ride of life. Bye!